The quality of your life has to do with the amount of love that you can feel. Are you able to live a life that is loving? Are you able to project love? Are you able to accept love? And the capacity to which you can experience these things and feel these things and think these things is the degree to which you will enjoy your life and live a happy, blissful life, and a life that's connected to your true divinity. What is love? You hear that word being tossed around all the time. Let's really try to understand what it means. So the type of love that I'm talking about is more of a spiritual love, a universal love. It's the kind of love that is unconditional, that is completely free. And the way that we feel that love is by recognizing that we are one, that there is a unified oneness. Because love is about acceptance. It's about oneness. So if we can start to see in everything around us and remember, like my last video, understanding your true identity, when we get into the state of true identification, what happens is we start to identify everything around us as the same awareness. And when we do that, we are in a state of love because we're aware of the fact that we are one with everything. And so when we do that, everything around us resonates with that and understands and feels that we are accepting it. Because love is acceptance. Self-love is self-acceptance. The love of others is accepting them fully in their totality. And in order for anyone to really love someone, they have to make sure that it is a pure love, that there is no wanting anything. There's no manipulation to do something and then receive something because of that doing. That's really not love. That's manipulation. So, of course, it's nice to do things for other people. And of course, we want to feel like there will be some receptivity on the other end of that. But if we can start to love others without having an agenda, then what happens is that love comes back to us tenfold, even though that's not even what we're after. It's just the way that it works. Because people sense that it is a pure type of love, that there's nothing attached to it. So it's sort of like the love that you have for a pet. Have you ever felt the deep love that someone has for a pet? And the reason why it's easy to love a pet is because there's nothing that you're holding against. You have no grievances towards the pet. You're not angry at your pet. Your pet didn't say some nasty thing to you last week that you can't let go of this week. You just see your pet and it wags its tail or it comes over to you and purrs or, makes its cute little sound and is always happy to see you. And yes, it would be nice if our spouse or our family members were always that receptive to our presence. But if we can feel that love inside of us, that's the key. Because remember, everything that we're experiencing is happening through us. So if we're experiencing a nasty emotion or an angry emotion, then we're experiencing that, we're feeling that through us. And that's not a pleasant thing to feel. There's no escaping the fact that everything is coming through us. So why not have everything that is loving come through us? And if we did that, the life that we would have, the quality of the life that we would have, the type of life would be so incredibly blissful because we would be feeling love all the time. And let's be honest, everybody is after love. The reason why people enter into a romantic relationship is because they want to feel loved. The reason why people get more money or want more money is because they want to feel loved. Fame is about love, right? Everything that we want, to look beautiful, to have nice clothes, it's all so that we feel that we will be more loved. Even a sense of wanting to feel more secure, at its deepest state, is that the person feels insecure because they feel like they don't have enough love. So they feel this need to become independent so that they can take care of themselves and not need anyone. So there's a deep hurt there, a deep need to feel some sense of security, that doesn't come from love because they haven't experienced love in their life. So the real answer to most of our problems, besides identifying with the proper self, is feeling more love. And we can do this, we can give this gift to ourselves by just deciding to be more loving. If you want people to love you and like you, all you have to do is love them. It's super simple. It's so simple. The truth is always simple. That's why it's the truth. It's just very, very simple. All we have to do is just be loving. And it is not the easiest thing to do when we're in the state of feeling wounded and hurt and like the victim. But remember, we have to take responsibility for our lives. And we have to realize that through this spiritual process of purification, by purifying our thinking, which then purifies the mirror and the reflection that we see back, that is the key to having a beautiful life. That is the purpose of why we are here. That is the point of having physical bodies, because they are communication devices. Like I mentioned in my last video, the body is just a tool to communicate love. So I ask you, how much love are you letting in by giving love? There is no difference between giving and receiving when you realize that you are one with all that is. So you're always giving. You're always giving to yourself when you're giving to others, because everyone is you. Everyone is part of that same one conscious awareness. I really want you guys to hear this. It's so important to the life that you will live and the life that you will give to others, the joy that you will spread, the ripple effect that you will have by giving people love. It's the highest gift that you can give anyone, is the gift of being loving and gentle and kind. And you get to feel those experiences. So let's do this fun little exercise. I want you guys for just one day to commit to just doing this for one day, one full day. And think about it, out of your whole life, you can commit to something for one day. It's not a big deal. So from the time you wake up until the time you go to sleep at night, I want you to focus, make your priority be that you are going to be loving just for that day. Before you open your eyes in the morning, I want you to say to yourself first, I am one with all that is. I am one with all that is. And I want you to breathe that in. Take 10 slow, deep breaths and breathe that mantra in 10 times, over and over and over again. Then you can open your eyes and embark on this quest of being loving. So whoever you see or whatever you see, the minute you wake up, start to just feel this love toward that person or thing or animal. And then go throughout the day, sit in your car, look to your left and your right, see who's sitting there, smile at the person, and in your mind say to yourself, I love you, and see how that feels. Just try that on. In the grocery store, do the same thing as you're checking out. See how receptive people are to you projecting love. See what happens. I do this all the time. I did it today at the grocery store. And I would just, in my mind, don't say it out loud. I think that might be a little a little unsettling for people. Maybe not. I'm in LA. A lot of people might like it. But say it in your mind, and say to this person in your mind, I love you. And feel it, really feel it. Like, don't just say it, but feel it. And see how that person responds. I promise you, their face will light up. The checker today, when I did it, I just smiled, but I said it in my mind. And they were so caught off guard. They kind of, they were startled, but so pleasantly surprised and happy. So try this out and do this with the people that you love. Sometimes it's easier to love a stranger because we have no attachments to them. There are no grievances, right? It's easier. But when we have all this wounding with people that have hurt us or that we've become hurt by, really, then it's a lot harder for us sometimes to allow that love to flow. But I really want you guys to try this. So try it for one day. Please share your comments with me. I would really love to know what your experiences are and how you feel. Even if someone doesn't say anything to you, I just want to know how you feel at the end of that day. And then if you do feel wonderful that day, think about the type of life that you would feel if you did that every day. I'm pretty sure that at the end of that type of life, that you would have zero regret, that that would be a life that was well lived, that was full and rich, and that there was nothing more that you really needed to do. I love you all so, so much, and I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful week. Remember, let go. Mwah.